aware that when you meet somebody for the very first time, they don't even know what is about to come out of your mouth? Are you aware? Like nobody owns you an explanation in how much you can share, if it's this little or that much. In fact, they don't even know what your brain is thinking the moment you're processing the question and how you're going to address your answer. But who gave that power? You. Why am I even shout at you without even saying my name? My name is Lillian Titus and welcome to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to kill that problem because we're about to check the world and do greater things in the next year. And doing mighty things require you to keep quiet. The problem is not you sharing with your loved ones. I'm not recording this video to tell you not to share with your loved ones, not to tell people your inspiration, your desire, things that you're passionate about. I'm telling you that most of you're sharing to people not your accomplishment, you're sharing to them your dreams. Translation, you're telling people things that you have not yet accomplished, things that you have not even started doing, things that they're still in the idea zone. You're telling them as if you have already accomplished them, and this is the one killing you. You are supposed to share with people things that you have already done. You are telling people, I have bought a house. No, I'm about to do this and this and this and this and that and that and that and that. Because not everybody shares your best interest. Not everyone has a good heart. Not everyone intended to do good to you. And not everybody desires you to reach where you're supposed to reach. There are people in this life, I call them data harvesters. They come to your life just to harvest data and to be known that they know about everybody's situationship. They want, whenever they have conversation, to have a little bit of everyone's information for them to feel validated. So don't enter in that trap, because some people, they will come to talk to you not because they want to know about your whereabouts, not because they care much about what you're doing, not because they want you to go more farther. It's because they just want to have information towards you. And I want you to understand this thing. There are some reasons that made you to overshare. One of the reasons is because you want people to believe in you. You want people to believe that you can do it. You want people to believe that you are able to accomplish that dream. You want people to believe that you can even think of that kind of idea. You are that smart. You are that unique. You want people to believe that you are that something special. One thing that you need to understand in your brain is that nobody is required and it's nobody's job to make you believe on yourself. It's your job to make yourself to believe in you. Don't give people a lot of baggage that if they don't believe in you, you cannot do it. They didn't believe in me, that's why I didn't achieve this dream. Nobody, even if the entire universe believe in you, if you don't believe yourself, you will not do it. The only person who is stopping you to achieve what you want to achieve is you. You don't believe in yourself. Stop putting this baggage to other people that you didn't believe in me. That's why I have not come to this conclusion to reach this point. You have power towards your life. So you tend to overshare to people because you want the people to feed you this kind of satisfaction. And psychologically, it says that whenever you share something before that thing becomes matured enough, you are receiving the same satisfaction. What do I mean by this? When you tell your friend that I'm about to open a company and you have not even started to write a proposal, or you don't even have a name of the company yet, the same satisfaction you obtain when you have launched your company, you have completely launched your company, is the same satisfaction you'll obtain when you're just sharing the information without even doing nothing. Because your brain doesn't have a place of translation to tell you that this thing will come, because you're sharing to something as if it's already here. So the same satisfaction you'll obtain when you accomplish, you obtain it now, and it kills your zeal, it kills your momentum to run with that dream. Have you ever imagined that when you have something that is in your mind, you're working on it, you have not shared it with people, or people that you consider maybe your rivals, or people that you want to prove them wrong or prove them right? No matter the case, you still have that power to work with it. There is push inside of it. But the more you share about that information, the more you share about how good you are in that thing, how about you change people in that thing, that zeal and momentum to accomplish that thing drops. And that's why a lot of your dreams, you have not done them until today, is because you overshare them too much until they've become as if you have already done them where you have not even yet begun. Yes. The second reason why you tend to overshare is because you want to look inspirational. You want to inspire people. When you're surrounded with people that are ramping around speaking about how good they are, how they're making impact to people, we're doing this, they are doing this, they're opening this, they're launching this, you're feeling like you're obligated also to say something to also validate your position in that cycle, or to make people also feel like you're not a loser, you're also doing something. Nobody is required you to do anything. You're not required to say anything to validate your position in a cycle that you're moving. But most of the time when you're surrounded with people that have accomplished something, you're feeling like, oh, they're talking about their accomplishments, or they're talking about how bad their life is, how situationship is happening to their life. You feel like you're obligated also to overshare about your accomplishment, or to overshare about how worse your life is, about how you face complication, you face misery in your life, to look like your situation is even worse. You don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need to feel inspired by people by oversharing. You don't. There's a time and place for everything. To share your dreams, to share with your goals, with your people, to share your sad moment, to share your place of pain. There are time for everything. You don't need to overshare it. You need to share enough to people for them to have an idea of what is going on in your life, but you don't need to overshare to them in a way that they have a full picture. And that's why you are sharing to people and they end up stealing your ideas, not because they've intended to steal your idea, it's because you have talked about them and you have done nothing towards them. Imagine you're talking about idea 2025 and until 2028 you have never done anything concerning it. There are people who have resources, they have no ideas. And you have ideas, you have no resources. The more you talk about them and doing nothing concerning it, people who have no ideas but they have money, they got connections, they got resources, they will do it. And you don't need to cry. Because what's the meaning of open your cards to everybody and complain that people are stealing your money? To them, no, I'm not harsh. I just want you to change. The third reason why you are oversharing is because you're seeking for people validation, people that will hold you accountable, which will work to very small stuff like maybe doing gym, maybe you want to quit some additions, you want to quit some things, or you want to enter in certain program, but you don't need anybody to validate you. If you didn't watch my last video, go and watch my last video about finding yourself so that you know your own voice and to be able to do yourself. Most of the time we seek for external validation because our internal motivation is not enough to push us to go outside. So we're seeking for people from external to validate our self-concepts. You don't need somebody's validation or somebody to safeguard you, somebody to hold you accountable, which we do, but you don't need it. It's not a need. And you cannot require from people, why you don't hold me accountable? I expect you to hold me accountable. You're supposed to be accountable, especially to your dreams, aspiration. I'm not talking about addictions. I'm not talking about when you're battling something. You need community for that. But towards your dreams, mission, your purpose, you don't need that. You don't need that. You don't need anyone to tell you that you can do it. As long as you look at yourself, it's like, I can do it, girl. I can do it. I'm a man of my words. I can do it. So even if the entire universe cheering you, if you don't believe it, you are not. The Bible is telling us, as the man thinking, so he is. And our brain has been trained the same way. Our structure of our thinking design our outcome of our life. It's simple like that. If you believe you are not smart, congratulations. Indeed, you are not smart. And this is not sound rude, because how you think about yourself, that's who you are. So today, choose to see yourself differently. Choose to validate yourself. You don't need to overshare information for people to engage with you. You don't need to overshare information for people to think you're smart. You don't need to overshare information for people to start believing that you are able to think right. You don't need that. If they don't see it, it's their cup of tea. Just focus on you. Why do you overshare? What happened to your brain? I love talking about the brain because I want you to start knowing about who you are. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe so that you'll be able to engage with yourself and to know yourself even deeper. Your brain, there's something is taking place to you, and that something is called a disorder of emotional boundary in oneself. You are lacking personal boundary, emotional boundary. You don't have towards yourself. And what is that thing appear to you is because of a bit of connection. A bit of connection means that you are confusing intimacy with sharing of information. Your brain is tricking you to believe that the more you share information is the more people engaging to you. The more you overtalk is the more people are connecting to you. And that's why when you explain to people about how bad your day is, you want to tend to exaggerating it so that people can feel, to make it look extreme. You don't need it. The more you keep quiet, the more you control what you're saying, is the more you become powerful. People who are powerful in the world are the people that they know what to say and what not to say, where to speak and where to keep quiet, where to give reaction and where to give zero reaction. If you cannot control it, people will control you. People will use your information against yourself. People will use what you have said against yourself. Why that will happen? Because people are lacking integrity. There are people, their words not matter. But if your words matters, people will come and sit around with you, as I've said in the beginning about people who are harvesting data, and they will take your words and they say that I was talking to Lillian, or I was talking to so and so said this. Why are they using your words? Because your words, they carry integrity. Your words means something to the society. Your words means something to that community you're surrounded. Your words carry a power and authority in your family. So don't just share to small-minded, because small-minded, they're thinking about spreading gossip. Speak with people that resonate with you. Don't just share information because you're lacking somebody to hear you out. You don't need that. I made it clear. People don't have integrity. Speak to people with integrity. You don't need people who can hear you out. You need people who can hear you out and they have ability and capacity to hold the information. They can zip their mouth. People that they don't need to feel a need to share information when they're in the crowd of people. Do you know there are people when they sit and talk with their friends, because they don't have productive conversation to speak about, they find yourself that they are sharing your information just to keep up their connection. For them to keep their attachment, they're just ramping around speaking about everybody's issues because they want to feel like they are part of the group. So because they are part of the group, they just overshare. They just speak things. And maybe that person is you. Learn to speak about your issues. If you don't have something to speak or to contribute concerning your issues, don't share about other people's issues. You don't need to become a CNN of your family. You don't need to be a CNN of somebody else's life. You have a better vision and God has a plan for you. Don't ruin other people's life by trying to raise yourself up. You can never go up by putting people down. People who belittle others, they'll always be little. You can never speak bad towards other people's life and think that people will uplift you. People will never trust you because they know that if you're able to do that to another friend, you also do the same. And remember, the principle of the world says, what goes around comes around. You don't need to do something and you don't need to plant something that you are not willingly to reap. So please take care of one another. Respect one another, keep your life personal, learn where to speak and learn where to keep quiet. To be quiet, you're getting more information than even when you speak up. The power is on privacy, not to open your life in the marketplace. Thank you so much for watching my video. Make sure you come, make sure you subscribe and share. See you soon than later.